Last question of the night. Which, in y'all opinion, which sport is it harder to go to college to play in? Basketball, football, or baseball?
I don't know. That
Well, I went for
that
neither, so but
only reason I say that is that solely
I'm gonna
depend
start
on
it
the
off.
area. I feel like where you at.
yeah, I agree with that.
Cause like the South is more so a football state, so like it's a lot easier here. To where if you go up north to other places, basketball is more likely to where you'll be looked at and picked up. I just feel like it's hard depending on where you at. That's a difficult question.
Yeah.
What was the question?
Well, we make what we put it in general. What's harder to go to college for? Basketball, football, or baseball? I say for
I don't
sure
like
it's
that
baseball.
question.
'Cause I ain't gonna lie. Huh?
I don't like that question
Why?
because I feel like, I mean, I agree with you with baseball, but like, I feel like you should ask which one is harder to succeed in, like after you go to college.
Nah, we gotta get to college
I was, a,
first.
I was say a lot of folks don't even get to college to succeed in college.
We gotta
I
I
and
don't know. That's hard. Cause like I said, I told you mine. It's based off like where you at.
I understand that too, but like baseball, if you're good enough, they just pick you up right then and there. If you're good
bro,
enough.
if you're not good at baseball in eighth grade, your chance to D1 going D1
But I
are
say, did I
significantly
not
lower
say
than.
you're good enough?
But I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. You have to be good in the eighth grade to go Division One
Did
in
I
baseball.
not say you're good enough? You gotta use our ears.
But that's why I say it's harder. It's hardest to go D1 in baseball. You have to be good when you're 12 years old. Like you have to be solidified when you're 12 years old. Blaze Jordan, he was projected to go to the MLB draft at 12 years old.
Heck yeah, my boy Kane Irvin was too. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So I for sure feel like baseball is the hardest. The second hardest I feel like is basketball because there's a lot of more politics that go into basketball, and it's so much that go into that. Like it's so many kids in Mississippi that's a bucket and don't go D1. Even some kids move, like Louisiana, Texas.
I think
Football, like
it's.
I say,
I feel
football
like
is what that
I
raw
figured you would
talent.
say that. No, I figured you'd say that, but like you gotta think about it. It's also less scholarships in both. You gotta pick up. You gotta pick up. You gotta give 40. No, you gotta give 60 in D1. You gotta give 65 scholarships to football players. That's a lot.
That's
I
just
ain't
what I
thinking
was
about
saying.
that.
You do. It's a lot more
You know
people.
what I'm saying?
That's why he gonna think, bro. Like it's gonna be harder. But like you gotta think about it. It ain't our fault that football is such a big team sport. Like you gotta have like
Who
in
said
the
it's
NFL.
our fault?
I mean, I'm saying that's why you would think it's harder. It's hard. It's hard to prove yourself in football. It is very hard. Like you just can't wake up and be good at offensive line. You can't just wake up and be a good D tackle. You might think that about a quarterback. It's just hard. You can't just wake up and do those things. Only reason most guys get picked in these places because they gotta
That
fill.
is true.
They gotta fill
That
out
is true,
a
Carlos.
big
Now, hold
roster.
on. What's the question now? Let me look back at the question.
They gotta fill out
Is
a
it
big
harder to
roster.
go?
Yes, it's gonna be harder to go into other sports because, bro, most you gotta think about it, most of the people they pick up they're not gonna play.
You come out off a skill level though, it's
I will
harder.
say
Like if
that.
you want to
Okay.
be,
But even in
If we
skill
base
if you
level, you can
if
pick
we
up some.
basing it off the question, if we basing it off the question, like which one is harder to become, then I can see baseball. But like Carlos is saying, if we talking about like succeeding, it is very hard to succeed in football just because like the amount of players, like you said, and trying to work your way up the depth chart like that. But like if
Like
we talking
you
about like
gotta
as far
in
as
college football, you got over 100 people on your roster.
like Trey said, if
if
your
you not
velo
if you
ain't
not
if
solidified
you
if you're
ain't
not
yeah.
solidified as a basketball player, you're not going to college. Like
But I'm
it's
saying
no
though,
refining your
yeah,
skill.
what I'm saying.
All
Baseball
Now,
is.
you have
but
to do
look,
is
you
work
gotta think
out of
about it.
high school.
But let me listen.
Baseball as well.
Listen to me.
Yeah, if you're
But
not hitting
listen to this though.
400 feet, 90
Listen to this.
velo
How many
by the
more?
age
How
of
many more? How
13,
many
you're not
options do
going
you
to.
got to fill out though? Like you got to work with way less than football. You get to pick way more. So yes, it's gonna be
So
harder.
it's easy. Easy. We
No,
see
it's gonna
quarterbacks
be.
transition to be
You're
the
gonna be
same all the
harder.
time.
It's gonna be harder in those sports because they got less spots. Football get to pick way more people.
From a skill level as a
I'm
high
telling
school
you that.
kid,
I'm
it's
telling
more
you.
likely for me to step on the football field and based off just my raw skill set and raw athleticism, I can go get a football scholarship. Kel, did you not go get a football scholarship your first 2 years of high school?
I can.
I got
I
a
agree. I agree with that.
it's a
Huh?
JUCO. I got a JUCO one. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
You worked out for
well, as
how
far
long?
as the big level though, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, that's hard though, real hard.
What I'm saying. But London, don't you even when Kale say get a JUCO spot, it's still 60 other players
Yeah,
on that
that's why I
team.
say I agree with you on that part too.
It's 60
Yeah,
like basketball. You got a
both
15
of
man
y'all make
roster.
good
You
points.
can only fit 15 in there. Over here, I got to coach and analyze. I got to watch 60 players to see what 11 I'm gonna put on my field, offense and defense. That's hard.
How about from the player perspective?
From a player, look, you got
Yeah,
60.
from
You
play
you
perspective, it's
probably gonna
hard.
have 60 to 70, 80 really good talented players, but they can go somewhere else and start. That's what I'm telling you. Ain't everybody gonna
Hey,
get their
You
what,
gotta
what,
work.
opportunity?
what I'm
Okay,
saying,
You gotta
what
work
I'm
your way up
saying
through
is
that
I'm
your
saying,
process.
raw athleticism and raw talent can get you way farther in football than it can in those other
it
sports.
can't, Trey. I'm telling you, it can't.
How it can?
You just think you can just
Every
wake up and play football and you can't.
in high school you can't.
You can't, Trey. That's what I'm telling you. You gonna end up
Going to
JUCO.
college,
You gonna end up in JUCO. Then when you look and see you wide receiver four, what you think you gonna do somewhere else? What you
I
think
ain't
you
gonna
gonna
lie,
do somewhere else?
unless your school ain't got them positions filled, or if they're a bad school, he ain't lying. You do gotta work your way up to that spot.
Bro, most natural
No matter
athletes,
no matter
like
how good you
like
are.
Trey, London can test this too. Most natural athletes football play every position on their team for football. Like you say, Isaac. Isaac was the quarterback, the punter, the kicker, everything on the field. Because he was a raw
That's raw
natural
talent.
Okay, but I'm saying,
That's what I did.
but I'm telling you, how many other guys on his team gonna really get looked at and go play somewhere else and be a legitimate starter, whether it's JUCO, D2, D3, who won't name me a player? It's hard. But I'm telling you, you got 15 spots. It's gonna be hard because you got 15 spots to fill. On here, I got
It's from
60.
a skill
I got
from a
60 to
skill
fill.
level
Of course,
too.
they just in football you can
Skill
just
level
get
too.
you can just hand them out because you just gotta fill the spots.
They still don't just hand them out low.
I know they don't
I'm
hand
just
them
saying,
out.
a football coach can go look at you and say, based off his physical tools, I can refine him into this amazing football player. Because a lot of it's based off schemes.
Okay,
A
now
lot of times in basketball games, if you ain't, it's not much a coach can do for you. He can't scheme you open.
okay, look.
He can't draw plays. He can't draw enough plays up for you
It's
to help you make shot game. That's what I'm saying.
okay. Now
You
now
can
let me
you
take your
compare
point.
schemes,
Let
you
me take your
compare
point.
schemes and natural athleticism
Yeah,
one. If you
yeah.
don't have it in these other two games, you just don't have it. There's
All right.
nothing a
Let me
coach can
take.
do for you. That's why I would say coaching football is way harder. But for as a player standpoint, if you don't got it in those other two sports, it's it's not much a coach can do for you.
Okay, now let me tell you
Not
this.
much at
All
all.
right, let me say this. Just like you said, natural athlete. Now these these football goals get to go all across the world and recruit. So now I just gonna pick up this dude like you said, raw now town. Now I gonna got this 5-star recruit and all these other players around the field making this natural athlete look stupid at practice. Where is you gonna put him in at? Where is you gonna fit him in? He's just gonna be another guy with his helmet on the sideline. It's hard.
Are we all on the same page as far as the question though?
I'm saying like I don't get what you're
Like,
saying.
are we talking about Carlos? Are you talking about once you already in the college program,
And
or are you talking about
I agree.
getting there?
No, I was saying I agree with y'all saying that
'Cause I think
baseball.
Trey talking it like as far as high school trying to get a scholarship.
No, I'm saying I agree with y'all that it's harder to get a scholarship in basketball and football. But I said what don't make the question fair is that football got way more spots to fill.
Okay.
Like they got way more spots to
Football,
fill. They got way more spots to fill. Ain't everybody on the football team gonna get the chance to play whether you was good in high school or not. There's some people that you could consider trash in high school,
everybody
but
in
they'll still
baseball
get a
don't get to
JUCO
play.
spot. There's
What in basketball?
no, I'm not saying I'm saying in football, like you could be some people we consider trash in football got JUCO spot, but they're gonna sit on the bench because there's 60 other people there.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is, when it comes to football, a coach can refine you way more than it is with
How can
basketball
he
and
like?
baseball.
Yeah, he work with you 1-on-1, but like he other than that, he still
Hold
got 60 other players to
Hello,
attend to.
the coaching staff not. Hold on. Then you talking about six other players. First of all, you have a position coach for every position group.
You
Do
do,
you not?
you do, but like
So like what we
but if
saying,
you want to split it up, you still got 12. He got 12 people to attend to from each group. You gotta have a first, second, and third, maybe fourth string for each position, and you're gonna have two of each. If somebody get hurt, next man up. It's hard. That's why it's gonna be hard. Like when y'all talking about this, I know it's like far ahead, but like when y'all
you
talking
get
about the O
way
line,
more coaching. You
but
get
I
way more coaching in football than doing
like
these other two
well,
sports.
I'm telling you,
London, what much can a baseball coach really tell a baseball player when it comes to hitting the ball? You have to naturally have that coordination. You have to naturally be able to catch the ball with the bat. There's nothing a coach can do for you if you don't go out and get it. It's way harder, game. Football is probably harder to play in the grand spectrum. You get way more help to help you become a better football player. You get way more
but
coaching.
it's still nothing you can do with the help if you're somebody in front of you. You're not better than. You're gonna have to go to another school and pray for opportunity there.
It's the same with any sport, Lowe's. We talking about it's the same with any sport. If there's a guy in front of you that's better, of course.
But I'm saying though, in football, if a guy's better than you that year, they get a chance to recruit again. The guy could be better than you that year, and that year, like you just sitting there.
The same thing in basketball. It's the same thing in every
But like,
sport.
I'm,
College coaches recruit every year. Like I
I'm,
don't get what you making of it.
I understand that, but I'm telling you, it's way more spots to fill, so it makes it harder. Like there's a lot more spots to fill.
No, it's way more responsibility, so it makes it easier for you to get there. If we talking about the
Yeah,
original question,
I agree with that. I'm telling y'all that, but like even with them being there, it's not. It's you can still say you played college football and never played no meaningful snaps. You can say that.
you can do the
It's a
same thing college basketball. You do the same thing college baseball.
man. But and thing is, like you were saying, there's a lot of people that hit the portal now and go to a lower division so they can play.
They do the same in every sport,
I
low. Like
told you
this
that.
one.
I just said that.
So what point are you making? If
Now
you can
you
get
said
more
Division
coaching,
One
more
football.
one-on-one experience.
You said Division One sports. It's gonna be hard.
Okay, but you got to realize you're getting way more coaching. It's
Okay.
way more things you can refine.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna take Robert Woodard is one of the best players to ever come out of Columbus. For example,
Hmm.
he was in college for 2 years. He had multiple trainers. He never could get his handle right. That's just something you gotta have. It didn't align. You just gotta have it. Quarterback.
Let's just say like Kyler Hill, for example. Kyler Hill was good at the best football player to come out of Columbus. Went to state is also. But
If he if
the
he
moment they got
if he
Mike
didn't have
Leach, the moment they got Mike Leach, he didn't want to play no more because they didn't do what he needed to be successful. So he like his
so I don't get
where his game was no more like predicated what he can do. So now he wasn't really a receiving back. So now they went and got receiving backs. They got way more receiving back that was better than him at catching the football. So they basically he knew he was going to slide to the end of the depth chart when it came to backs. It was harder for him after that.
Tyler Hill
But when
wasn't
he
an
was
NFL.
he was a
He
kick
could have had a
returner.
good career if he won.
He was a kick returner. So he didn't really get no meaningful carries as a running back.
He
That's
got
why he's
hurt.
in the UFL. But he still
He
wasn't
got
getting no
hurt.
he wasn't getting no running back attention,
He
Trey.
got hurt, and then he
He wasn't
did
getting no.
something else. We
But
already
I'm
never
saying
seen.
he
But what you think is harder to teach a kid? How to have a good handle in basketball, or how to catch a football consistently?
how to catch a football position. It's hard. You know how many areas you can catch a football. You got to catch it in traffic. You got to catch it at different speeds. It's hard. Catch it in the air, tracking the ball. That stuff is hard too, Trey. You can teach anybody how to dribble a basketball.
We can't do it now.
You can't dribble a basketball. I can dribble a basketball. Anybody can dribble a basketball.
My fraternity, we're hosting a powder puff event. We got a team we coaching. It's hosted by a fraternity. We teaching girls how to kick the football in traffic right now, and they doing it pretty good.
Wow. Okay. Can they do a
If I had to go
can they
teach
do a
those
cover?
same
Can they
girls
do
how
a
to
cover,
kick
Trey? You like anybody
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
any. They're like saying they're like me saying I can hit 10 shots in a row in an open gym. Yes, I can, but can I make 10 shots in a 5-on-5 game? So I can't make 10 shots in a row.
Getting spicy.
Hello,
Getting
you
spicy.
not
But
listening
I'm
to what I'm
telling you,
saying.
but London, am I right? Is
No,
everything is
we
easier to
teaching them
do
how to
open?
kick it in
Everything
practice.
everything easier to do open than when guarded, right?
They not open. You not listening. They not
Okay.
open.
Can you show me the tape of that,
I ain't
please?
gonna lie though.
Can you
Both
show
of
me?
y'all, both that argument that's not a good one. I feel like y'all shouldn't do that one. Cause you can't teach somebody how to catch a football and you can teach somebody how to dribble. It just all depends on the abilities of that person.
Yeah.
You don't think it's harder? You don't think it's harder to? You don't think it's harder to learn how to catch a football? Now, if he talking about just the game and reading coverages and knowing the schemes of the defense, yeah. But we just talking about the bare bones of the game.
London, how easy you
That's
think it
the
is?
hard. That's the fundamental
How
parts
easy
of the
you
game.
think it is to
That's
track
what
a
I'm saying.
ball with a hand that Jalen Ramsey guarding you? It's hard, right?
Time out.
It
Time out.
ain't just
Time
no
out.
easy.
Time out.
These
Before y'all.
contested end zone catches, them hard catches to make, right?
Okay,
They get paid
how
millions of
hard
dollars
do
to
you
make
think
them.
it is? How hard do you think it is to score a bucket on somebody like Pat Bell if you ain't just got all world talent?
But you just
Okay, I think
but he went from you see how we went from catching the ball to
Yeah, that's what I'm
scoring.
saying.
You see how we went from
This one
catching the
done
ball to
good.
scoring.
This one
He
done
said
good.
dribble the ball. He said dribble the ball. Am I right or wrong?
What you gotta do? You
You
gotta
just
dribble past
contradicted.
somebody to score a bucket.
Saying,
You gotta dribble past somebody to score a bucket.
but you can dribble. Anybody can dribble. Like anybody can stand still dribble.
No, they
Anybody
can't.
can.
Everybody.
Okay.
Y'all, I ain't gonna lie, I don't agree with this one. Y'all, both of those points are bad. I'm gonna just say that. Cause
Well,
if
give
you
me your
teach
point.
somebody,
What's your point?
I'm just saying, if you teach somebody how to dribble the basketball long enough, they'll know how to dribble the
Hell,
basketball.
you catch a football better than you dribble a basketball, in my opinion.
Because I was doing that before. I was learning how to catch the football
You
way before I
also
was
learn how to
learning.
dribble a basketball. So, like, that's what I'm saying.
And I started
You
back
was,
dribbling the basketball. But still, I can still do what though?
you
If
still
you
catching
just
football.
basing it off what you basing it off of, I can still do what though? I can still dribble the basketball. And I can still catch the football. That's what I'm saying. That argument just wasn't
Like I
good.
said,
Y'all could do
like I
something else.
said, like I said, you're not listening. If you dribble the football, I mean, you catch the football better than you dribble a basketball, and you dribble the basketball longer,
I dribble.
it's
You
easier.
said dribble basketball longer? No, I probably caught that
You play
football longer.
basketball longer. You play basketball longer. You put the football
No,
down. You
Kale
focus
played
strictly on
football
basketball. You
first.
still get
Kale was a football person.
I played football first. I ain't play basketball until I got
longer
to
and
middle
first
school.
are two different things.
No, that's what I'm saying though. I ain't play basketball until I got to like middle school.
Yeah. You still play basketball now. You don't really play football. I feel like you still catch a football better than you dribble the basketball. No knock on your game.
That was my first thing.
Just be.
I did that. That's what I did.
Hey, but you did basketball a little longer because you still do basketball to this day.
But kid,
Yeah.
do you think you spent more hours like practicing your dribbling or practicing catching the football?
Practicing his dribble, he played college basketball. He didn't play college football. So
Man, I mean, you
those
get to college
years when he was
basketball, they're
playing
not
college
really
basketball,
finna define your. They're not finna teach you how to dribble no more, Trey. They're not
he
finna sit there
worked
and lab.
out, Carlos.
They're not finna sit there and lab your
Make you
things.
say that again. They're not just gonna sit there and what?
They're not finna sit there and lab your stuff. And they're not finna
But,
sit
but
there and do that in
football,
football either. Why you think they got a football gun?
yes, they will.
Why you think they got a football gun? And they sit there and practice they stuff by themselves catching the football. Of course, they gonna do stuff by themselves too. You got like football just a solo. Interactive 50 coach sport. Everything you do. No, they work out on their
Hold
own.
on. Gang, you have a coach for every position. You have a coach for every position. On a
And basketball, you get trained. The coaching staff get bigger and bigger every year now. You got an offense, a defensive mind. You got skilled trainers. You got everything on the basketball staff as well now. Do you not? Do you not have skilled trainers that sit there as assistant coach title? Look, they make up stuff now. Director of player personnel, just so they can sit on the bench and work out with you. Hello? They got graduate assistants just so they can sit there and work out with you and rebound with you. They add stuff. They help you. You act like basketball has no resources at all. And that's, I know you went to Pearl because community
I never
community
said-
colleges had less. Yes, you're right. But Division One college had way more courses.
You have
You had a three-man
have
coaching
lists.
staff. You had a three-man coaching staff at Pearl. You don't got that at a Division One school.
Oh, all right, you guys.
I think I made my point with Kale. Kale catches the football better than he dribbles the basketball, and he
Okay.
He dribbles the
You dribble
He
basketball
dribbles.
better than you catch a football.
no, I
Okay.
don't.
Yes, you
If
do.
we go out there right now, I'm mousing anybody in this chat.
Okay, we go.
Oh, yeah,
and
yep,
then-
host.
and we
host.
go to the court right now. I bet you I can't rip it. Okay.
all right, you guys. Okay. Bottom line, the question is,
You also
okay,
catch the
Carlos.
football better. You also catch the football
No,
better
I
than you dribble
don't.
the
No,
basketball.
I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You
I can't.
actually do.
No, I don't. Like I be sitting there bobbling stuff when y'all catching with me. I be dropping. Like no, you know how
Same
hard.
thing with basketball.
No.
Trey and Carlos. We're gonna be here all night. So the bottom line is, the question is, all right, Trey, what sport do you think it's harder to get, you know what I'm saying, go play in college? What sport?
Hard to go.
Best harder to go to college for? My fault. Let me phrase that. What sport?
Baseball.
Basketball. Okay, baseball. All right, Carlos. What
No,
about
I
you?
know.
What sport?
Basketball. For sure.
All right, basketball. All
This
right,
is how
Carlos.
stupid competition is.
All right, Carlos. What about you?
What I feel like hard to go in? Baseball and basketball.
Yeah, it's baseball.
All right. Y'all got anything y'all want to say before I end this off?
I got nothing to
That
say.
was a good one, guys. I enjoyed y'all guys in this segment. You know,
Yeah, this was
in a
this
real
this
way.
was one of them. This was one of them ones. This was one of them ones.
For sure.
Magic Johnson going Brian, by the
Oh,
way.
God,
All right, you
My
guys.
My two
Thank
brothers
you,
said
we
that,
don't-
by the way.
That's gonna wrap up this episode of the Stackhouse Podcast. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? London, Kill, Carlos, Trey. Y'all want to say anything before we end it off?
Stack out.
Y'all have a good night.
Stack out.
Stack out. Love y'all, man. We love y'all.
So y'all, make sure y'all, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all keep tuning in. Yeah. We're gonna come more bangers.
Y'all
All right.
boys.